And like that, Stuck is back.
Yep. I mean,
what's up, buddy?
Who knows what's gonna happen, right?
I know. Careful. You know what you're gonna say. You might not be here next week. You know, depending what you say. Gotta be careful.
I mean, well, no, I'll take full accountability. You just don't know with little old PP if he'll show or not.
Yeah, no, yeah. Like you did. There was like 4 days. Like I was texting you, and like so I know. So here's the funny thing about me and you, right? Yeah. I've been next to you when you were like, oh shit, I haven't responded to this person, and like, oh fuck, you know. And I've seen you be proud. So like now that it happens to me, I'm like, oh shit, I'm that guy now. So like I know, I'm like, okay, whatever. He just hasn't, like, he's doing his thing. Like I know he's seen her, maybe not. He's kind of like he's absorbing it, and like in time, after one of these text messages, he will respond. And like clockwork, you did, sir. But there was an event that happened.
Yes, but let me at least add a little bit of context.
Please.
Not in my defense, just the truth of the matter. Something happened where I just decided to turn my phone off for literally 3 days. And yeah, terrible on me as a human being in terms of being a regular human being and like letting anybody know. I didn't let anybody know.
Yeah, like or you know, like do that. Turn your phone off, but be like maybe to like, I don't know, a select 5. You're like, yo, by the way, I'm going dark. It defeats the purpose of, you know, going dark. But like, I don't know. I do feel like you and I have had people who, you know, when they don't respond anymore, that's also because they've passed away, right? We live in that world where shit like that happens. So like, dude, I can't tell you that there are times like I tell myself no, but I'm like, is he like, you know what I mean? Like it does happen. So like there is a worry that people have when they can't get in touch with you. Like, is this it?
Look, the thought wasn't lost on me, especially that just the 2 nights ago I had a dream that people on YouTube were speculating that my demise.
That wasn't a dream. Anyway. That was real life. We were like, where did he go? That was us on Sunday. You know, we were with Steve. We're like, yo, where did he go? What's up, Steve?
Yeah.
I'm sorry we missed you.
Welcome back. Hello, everybody. By the way, what's up, Nikki, Shep?
Who do we have here?
Snaggy.
Who do we have?
Lady
Oh,
Veen,
yes.
And a quick answer to the question.
Snaggy's
I mean, our
here?
title makes no qualms.
Snaggy's
to
here?
my knowledge, they have not identified the assailant, the assassin, whatsoever. Which I don't know. Let's just walk right into this. I mean, I'm not going to pussyfoot around anything.
I'm happy to see Snaggy here. Like him and I, last show, we really got off on the wrong. Like we started off on the right foot, we ended off on the wrong foot. So I'm really happy. But also too, I won't get ahead of myself. He might be only here for you, as he told us last time. He's like, no, let me just talk to PP. I was, that's fine. That's fine.
He's just here for the content.
Yeah,
Trust
I mean,
me.
but Snaggy has a great point. Like, how could they not catch the shooter yet? And I guess we'll just get into it, as Eli said. As I'm sure we're late to the party because it's literally almost 9/11. Like we're like 23 minutes away from something where we were not supposed to forget. Listen, hang on 1 second. I'm sorry. Hey.
To accept, press 1.
Hang on a second. Ready? Hey.
Hello.
Hey, you're on. Listen, give us like a minute or two to get into it, and then we will start taking Google Voice calls. You totally beat us to it.
Man, I just want to talk to you guys about the Charlie Kirk shit.
We will, but you're on my cell phone. Watch the show. You're on my cell phone right now. I want to get you on the actual computer program so we can hear you better. So like, I'm going to hang up, but not because I don't want to talk to you, but just because let me pull up Google Voice and get shit going.
I understand.
All right?
I respect it.
Heard.
You let me know when I come up, brother.
Yep. As soon as you see that phone number come up, it's your time to shine, okay?
Okay, goodbye.
Right,
we will catch you then.
All right. That was Snaggy. That was Snaggy. Calm.
Cool the Jets. First off, a name, Mr. James. I have holy shit.
James.
Amazing. That's somebody that I've known since middle school, and this Stuck in the Middle was the last thing that I plugged on social media. Just amazing to see him. Some other names, by the way. We need to clarify or confirm. I get he was released. I strongly doubt that, but
What's that?
I don't know shit in terms of this. I got the media on in the background, and I have not heard anything. I don't think the individual was caught, but that's what I was saying. Walk right into it. If you're Googling, let me know. I just to my knowledge, the last thing I saw on the mainstream media was the discussion of the FBI absolutely getting involved because of the level of politics involved in this murder, and for lack of a better term, no pussyfooting around it. And what triggered me to break my radio silence, because I really needed a break from the internet in its entirety, was seeing the vitriol being spat from my liberal, no quotation, no air quotes, my liberal friends that I've had, like James, who is not a liberal, for many, many years, and seeing, you think people age and maybe get smarter. That is not the case. They just get so reassured by their own echo chambers because they're not malleable. They're justifying this man's murder.
Yeah, dude, that's so if you live under a rock, which I'm sure you don't, and a conservative, that's what he's known for, a conservative influencer, I would say he's even more than that. He's beyond like a YouTube personality. I mean, he's built himself up as, like the voice for young conservatives. He's built himself up as like, a voice for the Trump campaign when he was re-campaigning. Like he did get further than just being a YouTube influencer. But
he became bigger.
Yes.
And dare I say, he embodies the spirit, not the ideology, but the spirit of this show. Which is why I think it's important
100%.
that we did even go live.
100%. Because to further your point, I disagree with him on some parts of religion. I've disagreed with him on some parts of his anti-weed stance, right? But I still enjoyed tuning in to Mr. Kirk, especially did he not just recently, maybe within the past 6 months, wasn't he part of the Jubilee program, the Surrounded program? Am I mistaken on that?
I don't believe you're mistaken, but I just want to be weary of saying I know anything for sure when I'm not. But I believe that you have some accuracy there.
I want to double check. Charlie Kirk, let's just say Jubilee. Let's see. I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, Charlie Kirk on the truth behind the. Yeah. So the 25 verse. So he was just on that. What's even more crazy? He was just made fun of on South Park.
Oh God, that's
not even made fun of.
Well, I mean, anytime they're on there, it's a parody.
But he loved it. He said himself, which was also, I felt in the moment. I felt like a little of a conflicting story going on because he was like, I've never heard of South Park, but also in the same respect, I'm honored to be made fun of South Park. So it's like, well, how can you be honored if you don't know, their history kind of thing? So I think he heard of it, but it was just his way of kind of having a little shot back, which is perfectly understandable because, how Cartman acted. I mean, they got his mannerisms down to a T. It was hilarious. He thought it was hilarious. We're not speaking out of line here. He enjoyed it. He enjoyed the interpretation of himself on that there. Like, he didn't really find it negative, I mean, or at the very least, he spun it in a way for himself to be like, yeah, whatever, it's an honor. I appreciate it. So I respect that and all, which is crazy.
That's a level, grounded part of the game, if you will, the game of public domain. I think that was him maybe even being playfully facetious.
Right.
Who hasn't heard of South Park? You can't even get away with that take.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Not get called.
It was like his way to take a little shot back at them, be like, I don't know who they are.
And it's a badge of honor.
Right. Exactly. But he took it as that. So you can't really hate him for that comment. He's like, listen, I take it as such, but it was just funny to hear him say, oh, I've never heard of South Park. Like, fine, whatever, gotcha, but go ahead, sorry.
No, when you say the word hate right now, it just buzzes in my brain because it was kind of, the first thing was me actually getting literally surprisingly emotional because I watched him so damn often
Yes.
that that's the initial response. And then watching, because I just turned my phone back on after the sabbatical yesterday, and just watching people that I still call friend. And I don't want to say I even want to take away that title, but watching these adults behave in the way they are because this man said things that they just disagreed with. I'm forgetting how human they are. Like, this is a social media problem, and just showing how big this division issue is, and how strong is our fingers to point at the left for calling them out on this shit, all the while they're busy pointing the fingers at us when, if I may say, we lost a great one today.
Yeah.
And you take away champions of speech, you're going to leave us with not much else as a force. Words is all we have, and if you take that away, you're asking for a lot worse to happen.
Yeah.
And I was calling out some people on my Facebook on a recent live stream before we went live because I can't believe my eyes. So those two factors inspired me to just say, okay, I'm going back live because I can't contain myself a little bit.
I saw a lot of what you're talking about. I saw a lot of like people being like, "Yo, fuck around, find out." Yo, like this is what happened, and what I don't understand is like I would not be like, "Yo, fuck AOC, fuck around and find out." Yo, Dean Withers, fuck around and find out. Like any other left, I don't want to see anybody lose their life over their opinion. I said it goes as far like a Chomo level, a Hitler level. Fine, we don't gotta have a fucking conversation, but we weren't talking about that. We're on a level of political violence here, and it's just it was very, as a lot of people said, like just seeing it was surreal. You didn't really feel it was surreal in the moment. It was just like, no. Just because you said too, Eli, you said like, watch him all the time. And like I said, I have strong stances against religion, against his anti-weed stance. But anytime he dropped a new video, I watched it, because here's a guy who was like, here's my opinions. You can now I not only am I telling you how I feel, but I'm telling you also, come and debate me on how I feel. I'm allowing this open discourse kind of thing, which, as you said it in the beginning of the show, kind of not that we were inspired by Charlie Kirk, but Charlie Kirk's idea lives within a lot of people in the sense that, what else do we have besides sharing opinions that people don't agree with? Yeah, of course, it's easy to be like, yo, I agree with this. You agree with this. Let's talk. That's easy as fuck. Sorry, I got a little tobacco in my mouth. Go ahead.
Oh, is that what that? Okay.
Yeah. You saw it creeping up?
No, never mind. Go on.
Thought it was my tooth or something like that. I was spitting
No.
that teeth.
It was, I'm trying to grow up, and
Oh, don't you?
No.
Hey, this show could be so much better if there wasn't butt and sex jokes. How dare you?
He's chilling in the chat too, and more than welcome.
Good
of
to see him.
course.
Good to see him. He deleted his comments on there. I was trying to find him, so I'm sorry he deleted that. I was trying to respond to him. Are we talking about the same guy? MM?
Yeah, Martin or
Marty
Reform
Marr.
Media?
Marty Marr. Yeah. I'm okay with not calling him Martha. I'm good with that.
Yeah,
It's fun. It's fun. But listen, call me Josephina all you want to. I could give a shit, but listen, we all go through some shit. Sure, make it a thing. Josephina. But again, I never agree with him on the religion thing, but I never was turned off by it. I never agree with him on the anti-weed thing, but I was never turned off by it. I enjoy someone else's opinion that does not agree with mine. And especially, I enjoy someone else that can articulate their opinion to where it can almost, where I can be like, oh, I don't know how to retort, like, you know what I mean? Like, I enjoy someone who can kind of get me in their opinion, whether it's opinion or not, it's fine, but they're like, oh, that's a fucking good one. And seeing how Charlie and some other these students can kind of zigzag that line was fantastic. And I really respected that element of this whole video series. So to see to 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when you see Charlie Kirk doing these videos, bro, it never flashed in my mind that in these videos would be his demise. You know, I see a guy enjoying himself. I see a guy being open to debate and open to differing opinions, and I see him championing that like more than a lot of people did. And then the day of this catastrophe, you know, I find myself like looking at some pictures of before it happened and just you know, it just to see someone go out in what made them popular is wild. It's like watching Dimebag Darrell go out on stage. You know, music made him popular, and then some random fuck got on stage and shot him while he was playing his guitar. It's like, fuck. You know, you didn't think a musician could take you. You didn't think somebody having an opinion or being, you know, polarizing in politics, so to speak, and this could take
doing what
you
they
out.
were best at.
Yeah, could take you out. Could like, you know, seeing you enjoy yourself throughout the day and laugh and not knowing that in just moments your life would be over in such a horrific way like that. It's just like I don't know. I would love to know if he knew if that was his end, would he still do these out and open debates? And in my opinion, I think he would. I think he'd be like, it doesn't matter. I think he'd also be like, fucking still don't take guns away. This doesn't take this furthers my stance on the wrong people being able to have them.
That's one of his most, if I may, real quick.
No, please take it away.
This is one of his most popular takes that is being weaponized to justify the action of today, which is insanely sad because when you describe it, you're rehumanizing it. You know, and I feel like just, I don't know, in the age of the internet, people just forget the human element. A life was taken and lost. And if your ego is so fucking thick that you can't put your differences aside and just mourn for a moment, the man's body wasn't even cold before the memes were flying, then, you know, there's a problem there. There's a psychological issue at play.
I sent you the up close video. You said you never saw the far away video. This is the up close video. We can't play on the show, but this when I saw the far away video, there was a moment where you see him. He says the last words he says are gang violence. Boom! He gets shot in the neck.
Gotta be shit. Jesus.
The last word he says again, and in that moment you see him react to it. But my man, watch this video. And I'm going to be quiet here. I'm going to let you watch it, and you'll see what I saw, and you'll see what a lot of people saw.
Okay. All right. I'm going to do that on the...
Can you put the phone to the mic a little bit?
Yeah.
Just so we can hear what you're doing.
Sure. All right. Bear with me. I'm going to check. I'm going to peep this clip.
Yep. Be careful, because it is, you know...
Yeah, I mean,
it's what
I
you're
just
gonna
saw
find
the raw Ukrainian woman's video today.
I didn't see that yet.
Yeah. So I don't know. We in the age we've grown up, we're all desensitized. So I'm not gonna pretend it's still gonna affect me. But here we go. All right, first time watch. Oh my God. Oh yeah. That's it. There was no question. I cannot believe that the reports were even there was any possibility. No, my God, that is so horrific. I don't know if this is a good take right now, but I would hope maybe that some of the people that are nearly celebrating this man's demise and that very violent, tragic end would see that and see at all if they would change their tune. But they're so happy to be as divided in their echo chambers. I doubt that would do a damn thing.
They're not changing shit, bro. Dude, that video is going around, and there's so many people celebrating it, and like those who would celebrate it. You know, like I think there are a few people like who you're speaking of who, if they would saw it, they'd be like, okay, hold up. But I mean, that video is as bad as some of the videos I've seen on, like, you know, Gore Doc. You know what I mean? Like it is
rotten and all that
video. Like the amount. The what happens to him right after he gets shot, like that's it, that's game over. And anybody
that's
who
immediate
would
shock he was that's a goner. I can't believe that was even available through any outlet. or through any means that they were reporting that there was a chance of survivability. If you see that video, it is clear as the day is bright
My
that
first thing
he's
that comes to
not
mind,
surviving.
like my first thing that comes to mind, Eli, is a lot of the times they do that shit out of respect for the family. I don't mean shit. I just mean like
No,
they
no,
don't
it's
announce
okay.
the death.
Yeah, right.
They let the family, and then okay, now we'll report this to the news. So like a lot of the times, because like this happened in the morning, I think, and we weren't getting this till like 1:30 or something like that. Granted, this is Utah time,
It,
so it wasn't
it
that far
was
removed, but
because I just so happened to see the way I found out was actually your text, which was not opened yet, but I had seen another independent musician that was did a short and was crying talking about it, and that's when the shock set in. That's when I just started to get invested and look into all this. And the only facts of this terrible act that I know is that, to my knowledge, they still don't have the assassin, and that it was a shot taken from 580 feet. Can you tell me, does that imply that it was a rifle-esque weapon used? Because I don't think that would be an ideal small arms fire
yeah,
attack.
you're definitely. I think you're right on the money. It's obviously like I don't think. I mean, even listening to the video from far away, it sounds like a rifle, and there's almost like a little bit of delay, so you can definitely tell it was a far away shot. So like, I don't know about you, but if you've ever gone to the range and tried to take in those 100-yard shots or something like that, it's pretty fucking difficult. So I know a lot of people are on line and Twitter right now are being like, yo, professional hit. Something's up with this, which is weird. It could have been somebody who is military trained, but I wouldn't necessarily say it was a professional hit. Like, someone was, but like, I mean, he's talking about trans people that aren't allowed to, nothing is a death sentence, but he's talking about trans people who are not allowed to have guns, gang violence, stuff like that. I was even thinking, maybe it was like a gang type hit where like, some of the gang members got upset about him talking about shit like that. And they're like, yo, fucking take him out. Something like that,
I'm inclined, not even conspiracy, but I'm just inclined to think it would be somebody not in the lower, echelon of the gang area. All possibilities being there.
Yep.
I'd assume it would be some misguided, dare I just say it for what it is, psychotic liberal.
Yeah.
Or even something professional. Very on topic. I told you before this, I did do a live where I ranted all over the place.
Yep.
I didn't do justice for the man, but very interesting. I'm gonna read two comments that
Please.
all right, immediately conspiracy, but okay, I'm uninformed. So immediately after my live, somebody I've never seen says Israel ended him, you dummies. Oh, okay, before it was dumbass. And now
was
after
he
I
against
said,
Israel or
no, that Israel did it. And
but I'm saying, but was
I made
Charlie Kirk against Israel or was he?
No. He was very,
Yeah.
pro-Israel, almost more than, I guess me. Like he liked Netanyahu, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not a fan of Bibi.
But
from the Jewish people I know in my family, like Netanyahu is not very celebrated, but at least I could say for Charlie, he was very anti-Semitism.
Right. He was
so
a religious person, so
Go.
Israel has a lot of tie into like Christianity and stuff like that. So I kind of not that I necessarily agree with it, but I kind of get why he was a little more biased towards Israel than other than that. So I would love to hear some of more of the thoughts go around, because I also want to play you, after you're done, I want to play you what some fuckbag on MSNBC said it could have been. I'm sure you know what it is, but literally before he goes, we shouldn't jump to conclusions, it could have been, he says don't jump to conclusions, but then he gives the stupidest fucking conclusion I've ever fucking heard.
Okay, good. I don't know that one. And I actually conflated it for
You'll
the
love
other
this.
scumbag on CNN who talked about the 14-time cashless bail criminal that ended the Ukrainian woman's life as hurt people. Like we're supposed to feel bad for the murderer. So, all right, this is me real time reading this. I just see some buzzwords in here. All right. He got destroyed by a Christian soldier on 9/11 about 4 months ago. Please, viewers,
in which a
YouTube,
shooting like this
I am
happens.
simply reading a comment. Okay, this does not reflect any opinions by this very platform and show, or any of the viewers thereby. Okay, about 4 months ago, and since he's actually a Christian that took APAC money before he realized what the man tells him in the argument, it ate at him. Brewer Carlson Majory. Oh, okay, Brewer Carlson Majory. Already know. APAC just bought CBS, worth a YouTube search. His rebuttal is worse than Ted Cruz and Tucker's interview. He was gonna expose it all. Okay, well, that's I think you could just say some sort of informed speculation, but nothing I can give any credence until I actually do any research. I don't think a lot of us can jump to anything yet.
Well, this guy from MSNBC did his research, bro, and this is the conclusion he stumbled upon. Now, brace yourselves, because this might be spot on, dude. This might be the reason why he was assassinated.
In which a shooting like this happens.
Yeah, and again, I emphasize what you just emphasized. We don't know any of the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea.
Did you hear that?
Please play it one more time.
Yes.
I got a little enamored with the chat. Welcome, one and all, even if you disagree with us. Thank you for the confirmation. Yes, he was pro-Jewish, not pro-Israel. So he wasn't what would be called, I suppose, the Zionist.
Right.
I
Okay, now listen to this. Like, listen to what the guy claims. He says, listen, let's not jump the gun here and speculate. I mean, it could have been...
In which a shooting like this happens.
Yeah, and again, I emphasize what you just emphasized. We don't know any of the full details of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we...
What the fuck? What?
Bro,
when in the history has that ever happened at one of these, especially in a university? What a moronic take. I hope he went home and got, like, just slapped, bent over the knee, and just bitch smacked a bunch for being such a moron.
What was the supporter like? Woo! Just shooting in the crowd, but he just shot one and celebrate. Like, come on, dude! You just told us not to speculate, and then you say the stupidest fucking. You could have gone anywhere, but you went to a supporter celebrating.
Yeah, I mean, as if you could not illustrate on accident. You couldn't even make it that you were biased to any degree more obvious than a suggestion, moronic suggestion. You should be fired, you fucking moron. That shows just how biased you are. You do not belong in journalism whatsoever. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200. Shame on you.
He's a fucking piece of garbage. Let me see if I can pull some more of this shit up, because I got a video. You got anything else to add on this before, like, or just to buy some time real quick, because I want to pull up Secular Talk's video, and I want to show you the comments in this video and see how you feel about some of these comments.
Well, I'll just add. I'll say, even though the reason I decided to just get out of the grid, so to speak, for the 3 days, turned everything off, didn't go on anything, not even turning on the computer. I needed that break. I needed just some internal cleansing, mentally, I suppose. And I just felt the pull back because of the toxicity. First, the Ukrainian case, and seeing, they had GoFundMe had to take down a money that was
shooting
being
of Charlie Kirk and the strong
spent to defend the guy, the attacker, the assailant, the evil man with a record of his criminality.
Wow.
So that was getting me shaking, and then this happening today, and seeing too many people I know personally justifying why this is somehow okay, and the left is supposed to be the one with the empathy, the sympathy, the compassion, the inclusivity, with clearly no room or they have no means any longer of having an open table of discourse, because apparently this is just the route that they choose. I don't know. I can't believe I even represented that side of America. So show the people what you have here.
Yeah. I haven't seen any open discourse from the left. I mean, as far as some of these people here, but let me see if I can go down here. It says, so like a lot of these people are using it for political things. Like for instance, this guy says, Charlie Kirk got shot in Utah. I'll be waiting for Trump's military response to the state of Utah. Yeah.
What's the name of this channel?
This is Kyle Kalinske. This is Secular Talk. This is this fucking douche. This guy sucks. He's got let me see if I can pull him up so you can actually see him here. He's got like blonde hair. Let me do this real quick so you can.
Is he one of the typical liberal outlets like Destiny?
He was legit for a little bit, and then he kind of just went completely crazy. Like he had a decent view on some things, and then he just bought in hook, line, and sinker like left propaganda. Like I'm never gonna support anything the right does. I'm always gonna be anti-right, pro-left, no matter kind of what happens here. And that's been his vibe. And like since he's done that, he's dyed his hair blonde. His hair was never blonde.
They always got to dye the hair.
Yeah.
Blue no matter whose.
Charlie Kirk got shot in a school shooting while downplaying school shootings, and another was taking place. Okay, but let's see the Epstein files. Hard to sympathize for a guy who dismissed school shooting victims as the price of freedom.
He was embodying the First Amendment, which is one of our, most sacred of all, and the fact that they're like ignoring that because he actually utilized it for the betterment of us all to go out and engage in discourse, man. It's a value that we're not going to realize the damage this has done when those conversations stop. And that is what I'm afraid of, because some of the posts I've seen, let me know when there is a moment, if you will, because I read a couple of posts from the lefts. There's one from a friend of mine from way back in the day who he drew a line in the sand today where he said, look, to any of my left friends, I can't turn my back on you right now.
I'll pick like 2 or 3 more comments and then read that guy's post. All right, how about that?
Okay,
so
sure thing.
Another one. Charlie Kirk would want us to dismiss his death as the price of freedom, and this time I think we should respect his wishes. Charlie Kirk got treated like a Palestine child. And they quote him, I think empathy is a made-up New Age term that does a lot of damage, Charlie Kirk. Man, the Trump regime is getting very desperate to hide the Epstein files. I feel like Charlie Kirk wouldn't care if one of us died from gun violence. I don't celebrate Cheth. I offer Kirk. Okay, that's a cool guy. Why lowering flag for staff? Why lowering flag half staff for civilian activists? Why are we supposed to honor him? Disgraceful. Charlie Kirk was paid by the wealthy right-wing elites to spread nasty culture propaganda. He may be dead, but the rich people funding him are not. They will find another stooge to spew their hate. And it goes.
Isn't he the founder of Turning Point Media?
He is. But
yeah,
it's a conservative program, and as you know, in 2025, politics are just fucking polarizing as shit. So if you're a leftist and you like a conservative person, you're the enemy, dude.
Oh, I mean, that was the whole there's no good way to say this. That was the whole grand appeal to me of this show, period. Even when this started, I was still like of the liberal mindset, or I was the Bernie Sanders progressive. And I was talking earlier in the prior live today that I just can't wear that title anymore, and I'm thinking of changing the name because nobody represents any level of being grounded and rational on left. Any of its speakers or so-called champions, they're all ludicrous and radical, and I can't stand them. There is no representation on that side for me anymore. So I don't know. It was a bold and optimistic take to have a name like Progressive Patriot, but I think it's died out. And I fear that's just going with the times.
I feel you. A lot of people are misinterpreting like his stance on guns. Like I do think right now, if he was still alive, he would be like, dude, even if I got killed by a gun, I would not want your gun rights to go away. And a lot of people are misinterpreting him being like, well, that's the price you pay. It's like, yeah, he wasn't standing up for senseless, innocent people dying. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
I got one you're gonna appreciate, Josh. I know you're cooking right now.
No, not really, not really. I'm trying to cook.
Okay, well, cooked. I mean, we both love. Okay, never seen the name, so mighty welcome, especially detractors or people of different mindsets. We need that. People like Charlie Kirk, which I'm sure you're probably one of the people, yes, I'm generalizing, that's celebrating this. So he appears and he just goes, stuck in the middle of my ass with a crying, laughing face. So clearly, because we're not celebrating Charlie Kirk's demise, we are biased, that we don't like that someone was taken away from his family because they are championing or utilizing the First Amendment. Right? Clearly, I don't know.
In the middle, my ass. Are you joking me? Like, so that guy's pro fucking people dying? Like, who said that? Stereotypical Buckeye. Got you. Stuck in the, well, okay. So let's be honest here though. What is he saying my ass to though? He does say stuck in my ass, but is he calling us out?
I mean, I've never seen the guy, and I'm just going off of like one comment, maybe not the greatest to derail everything, but it is my interpretation that yes, he does not find us to be in the middle whatsoever, hinting at the fact that we are.
That guy, stereotypical Buckeye, like, no offense, like, you're stupid if that's your opinion, because if you're pro people dying, like, you're stupid. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're pro people dying over their opinion. You're stupid. It doesn't matter, man. Like, if you don't like his opinion, you turn it off. Like, what is the word? What is the thing he said that could justify being killed? Like, tell me one thing he said that is justification for a death sentence.
Oh,
anybody?
You've
Should we
seen
turn the phones on? We got 65 people hanging out, almost 2,000 views. You tell me. Does anybody else want to have a fucking opinion on this? Should we open the phones on or what? You tell me.
If we open the phones, please, my address as a little lesson from the last show. Please let's all do our best to try to honor the topic at hand and the time frame. Please understand that we're here to do a show, and no matter how connected or whatever the case you may feel to either one of us, that we try to spread out the time as equally as possible. Okay, if that number does go up, because we do want to, in honor of Charlie Kirk, above all else, represent the First Amendment, which is, I do fear that this is one of the first, or maybe the worst case scenario, one of the last times that something like this is going to happen, and we're going to lose people that are seeking, the debate, the debate with words, and we're just going to be left with the least valuable one, which is violence, echo chambers and violence.
I've seen a lot of people, at least on the right so far. I've seen a lot of people say, you can't respond with anger. You have to kind of, there's a lot of people on the left who are gloating, and I see a lot of people on the right who are like, don't give into it. Don't take the bait kind of thing. And it's really hard not to. It's really hard not to. If you have an opinion, we got the lines open. The number is right there for you. It is 954-546-3455. Give us a call if you want to. We only got one at a time. So, keep that in mind. We don't got anything crazy. So if you want to give us a call, 954-546-3455. We want to hear what you have to say on the Charlie Kirk thing. Give us a call. We want to hear your opinion on this whole matter. I think either way, most people can say, you know what? Political violence can eat a duh, right? Most people, left or right, aren't going to sit here and be like, you know what? I love political violence. Thank God. Thank God someone I don't like was murdered. I don't feel like a lot of people are like that. But for whatever reason, we're inundated on social media with that vibe. I don't know why that is.
I saw one today, and this is not a dox. You know this name if I describe it in this way. Shadow Man? You remember him?
I know Shadow Man. Yep.
Okay, so his takes are the most race baiting, cringiest, unsensitive, unempathetic ones that I'm seeing. And all I see, unfortunately, I am not generalizing in this case, are his fellow. He's a black man, and his fellow black friends have gone into the comments condemning everybody else for, I don't know. Charlie Kirk is killed, and now how dare they do this right in our face,
Sword,
bro?
die by the sword.
All right, we got a caller calling in. Let's see.
Call from
Joseph.
Joseph, what's up, Joseph? You're live on Stuck in the Middle, sir. How are you tonight?
Honestly, man, I'm doing great. At the same time, this whole situation's crazy.
Joe, you kind of broke up a little bit, but we heard you say the whole situation's crazy.
Agreed.
Well, honestly, man, the left's been pushing for civil war for years. I don't like agreeing with Tim Pool, man. I like Tim Pool sometimes. Don't like agreeing with him on the whole civil war thing because, you know, normalcy bias. I'd like to believe America's doing fucking great.
Right.
Sorry,
right.
I'm really sick right now. I got a fever at the moment, but I was watching the show and no, this whole thing is insane. And the more they celebrate Charlie Kirk dying, the more they make him a martyr.
Correct.
And I honestly think the right should unite, not violently, but outright come out and condemn the left for what they're doing as a whole.
Yeah, it does. It does seem like, Joseph, that a lot of the times the right, and I've heard this time and time again, is the proverbial speed bump to the left. Like they sit there and they kind of make the left's job a little harder, but they never really fight back a lot, or they never, not fight back's maybe the wrong word, but they never really push back as hard or as much as they could compared to what the left does. But I do see a lot of people, Joseph, and you tell me how you feel, but a lot of people on the right are saying, don't give in to what just happened. Don't have a massive call for violence. Don't feel like this is a civil war. This is kind of what they want. How do you feel about that?
Honestly, I think whether or not we call for civil war, the left has made it very clear. Every time something like this happens, they make it a point to celebrate it, to point it out. If we were to ever do something like this, the political backlash, not blacklash, but backlash would be insane.
Yes.
Clearly, and I want to point out, I do feel like, surprisingly, even though I gotta say, for just being truthful, one of the live streams I attended today by a celebrity in their own right, there were people calling for war. So I've seen it on both sides, but I do continue to see a lot of provocation, mostly on the left, every time there's an act of violence, and far more grace on the right. And this is coming from an ex-liberal here. And I'm calling it out for what it is. That grace can and will run out. And every meme I've seen today that's trying to say he is not a martyr, he is just this and that and the other, you can't say that and feel that there's any sincerity in that sentiment. You literally made that man a fucking martyr, and he's just as dangerous now that he is a martyr than I suppose that he ever could be as a voice. I don't want to believe that, but I mean, a martyr is a very dangerous thing to create, period, and that's what we have now.
Yeah, for sure. Joseph, anything else to add? We had a few other people trying to call in. Give us a wrap up, and we'll play another video, and we'll get on some more calls.
I'll
Joseph.
free up the line for you. The last thing I wanted to say is I think even if we don't support political violence, it's going to be enacted on us. I think we should stay vigilant and while not be as violent as them, not to be afraid to defend ourselves, because this is getting out of hand. It's only going to escalate.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna pull a page. I'm sorry. I'll make it brief.
Joseph, we're going to let you go, okay, buddy? And I'm going to pick up on the next caller. I didn't mean to cut you off, Eli, but we're going to go ahead and pick up. Joseph, thank you, buddy. Snaggy, give us one. Snaggy, you're on the line. Give us 1 second. Let me let Eli finish his thought, and you can go ahead, okay? Eli.
Yeah, no worries.
At this juncture, the memory's gone because we're old. So
I'm sorry,
Snaggy. What? It's okay. That's okay. We got live callers.
No, I didn't mean to frazzle you. Finish your thought,
No,
PP.
not frat. No. It just in the
like
middle of
it
a thought,
happens,
it's hard
yeah.
to hold on to that. That's all. Human.
It's my fault, Snaggy. It's not your fault. Because I was like, so yeah, dude, it's not you. What do you got
It's
for
all
us,
good.
Snaggy?
What's good?
Well, I just want to say this. Political violence is a necessary thing in all societies. We as Americans, we don't realize that we're only 249 years old. If you look at any other societies throughout the world that are much older than us, political violence is not just a staple of their history. It's a path to pride.
So,
Like, we are a very infant society, and we are just now getting to the point where we're about 250 years old. I think we'll be 249 right now. I think we'll be 250 next year.
yeah, Trump is having a UFC for America 250 in the White House next year. So you're spot on. It is 250 next year.
Yes, sir. And we, as a very infantile society, just have to realize that it's not that big of a deal. Like, political violence has been a part of human culture since the beginning in all societies.
So how do we, I mean, I hate this term now, but like, how do we progress, after an event like this, which is clear the powers that be would love for us to act?
He's saying you retaliate. He's saying you retaliate.
So you would just, I guess saying it for what it is, you would advocate.
I'm just saying, whatever's coming down the pike towards the left is going to make the Pelosi hammer attack look like a Sunday picnic.
That's the gist of, that's the sentiment, and it almost is borderline, completely amusing when I see the left say, oh yeah, no, they think we're not prepared, just wait, comrade, or whatever the hell they call each other.
Well, look at the people who've been taking shots at conservatives, but then they're the same ones that say we shouldn't have arms, but they're taking fire, they're firing upon our representatives.
Right.
So let's just be honest, man. I'm looking at this from a worldly perspective. Y'all can talk shit about my military or whatever, man, but it is what it is. I have a much more of a tempo or my finger on a pulse that is global geopolitics.
Snaggy, can I ask you a question then? Can I ask you a question as far as Charlie Kirk goes? So, if I put it into a military term, would you consider him, like a casualty of war kind of thing? Was he, was he doing something honorable?
No, sir, because the military is not political. It never would be like that, sir. But I can see it. I can understand what you're trying to get to.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you right now, I'd be more worried about militias than anything else.
Got you. So this is you're more concerned this could be the start of something worse as opposed to this is what's worse.
I think it is the beginning. I think it's not even necessarily the beginning. This has been going on for a long time. Do we forget that Trump got shot at too?
Yeah, he did.
No, we have all collectively. I think
we have to think about that, and we have to understand that we are an infantile society. We have more power, we have more control, and we probably have the most corruption, but we are a very infantile society. And the fact that political violence is coming, my God, our history started on political violence.
Yeah, I think every country or nation or every civilization has literally been birthed out of bloodshed. So that's a fact of the matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you agreeing with me, PP. Thank you. It's what it is, man. I hate it for Charlie Kirk.
Especially his family, right?
I never really followed. I really just hate it for his family because let's face it, Charlie Kirk's probably in a better place, and we could all be so lucky. But I hate it for his family because they don't get to go there yet, and
that's more sympathy than I've seen from my so-called lefty friends.
Charlie Kirk took his whole model from Steven Crowder. That's a treat.
Yeah, kind of. I understand, the whole change my mind vibe, the whole
change my mind, fucking all that. It was all Steven Crowder. Steven Crowder got smart because Steven Crowder quit talking in public and monopolized and monetized himself.
I do think Steven Crowder.
Charlie Kirk stayed out in the open too long, man.
I do think Crowder started.
You could say the same thing about the civil rights movement from completely different perspectives. Certain individuals stayed out in front of the public too long.
I do think Crowder started the whole like I'm gonna go to a college and have this open debate.
Yeah, the whole coffee mug.
Yes. Well, not in the coffee mug, but just like he would go to a college, like to a younger crowd, and have these like open air debates. I do think he started that.
Yes, sir. He did start that. He was the one. He started the whole change my mind thing.
But I do think Charlie Kirk took it to a different level. He kind of turned it into his own thing because I don't know. That's just my opinion.
He did.
I agree. Yeah, no, I'm not going to call him like a full-on plagiarist.
Steven Crowder never would have done a open air talk in Utah.
Right. Which maybe would be a smart idea because, like, dude, this guy didn't even. What sucks about this whole thing is like you would think like somebody who does these types of debates, would have like the Utah school apparently didn't even have metal detectors. They weren't even checking.
It was nuts. Why are all those kids allowed to have backpacks? What's in your backpack, boys and girls? What's in your backpacks?
No, this is a whole other level of scrutiny that should be a strong focus point. Is that
there's so much footage out there of just like left wing 19-year-old retards like streaming and talking. The shots go off and they don't even realize it.
Yeah,
they're like, "Oh, Charlie Kirk was shot." Seriously, I didn't hear shit. I was too busy ranting on my stupid live stream. Where's everybody going? Why are they running?
Yeah. Hello, where you going? I thought we were watching Charlie Kirk. Hello. And then all of a sudden people, I mean, dude, did you see the up close video? It's brutal.
The one I watched.
He was dead on arrival.
Yeah. Yep. You saw it. Yep.
Pink mist. Boys and girls. It was bad.
Yeah. No, instantaneous.
Well, we'll see where this goes from here, Snaggy.
You know, a lot of times they will report you living in the ambulance because they may be administering like resuscitation. He was dead on arrival, dude. He did not arrive to the hospital living. And
I always thought too a little bit it was like for the family, like let the family have the first word that he's passed away, and then we can kind of
because they can't. If they're administering CPR, if they're administering life-saving stuff, they will not declare someone dead
until they stop. Kind of okay, we can't do any more. That's it. Kind of.
Yes, sir. Once they get to the hospital and the doctor signs off on it, he was dead on arrival.
Heard that, Snaggy. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you calling in. We're gonna move on to the next one.
Can I say one last thing, Josh? And I'm gonna bow out, man. I don't want to take up your time.
Yep.
Definitely don't. But I just want to reiterate that we are a very young society, and our entire history started on political violence. So everybody just needs to understand that that's just is what it is, and when your whole country is based on political violence, it's kind of hard to.
Don't expect any less.
Turn a shy eye to it now.
Heard that. Thank you, Snaggy. We appreciate you, brother.
Thank you for the call in.
Take care, PP.
Later, man.
Take care, man.
I know he doesn't like me too much. He's like, take care of PP. But Josh, you can. we're gonna figure out. But listen, like he's got a point. America started. We began on dissenting from Britain. So like political violence is in our nature.
Charlie Kirk's shooter. Sorry,
no, go ahead.
I do want to stay on the story. If they found the shooter.
But the idea that that political violence isn't American, like he does have a point that there is something there that America kind of was founded on that idea. So I'm not saying it doesn't grant any goodness to what happened here today, but like there is an idea that like, yeah, man, like we haven't.
Don't be shocked.
Yeah, we haven't kind of left off from where we started. Like we're still kind of there.
That's kind of it's a sobering, not refreshing take. However, truth in the sentiment itself. At this point, we cannot be shocked every time something like this happens. My greatest fear is simply the aftermath. I do believe this is, at the very least, the beginning of closing down the channels to such an open forum, because people are just going to feel too damned endangered. And just the irony is not lost on me that it's the left instilling this fear of violence. I don't want to be on any bandwagon or any side that I feel is ever provoking, but I'm starting to feel very provoked with all of these people that I've grown up with posting the way they are, and almost while we're not even able to mourn the loss, in the same breath saying and we're ready when you guys do something about it.
Right.
How do you have any sort of discourse there? So today was a very tragic day, and I do fear for the future.
Somebody like this, are you talking about somebody who says shit like this?
Live by the sword, die by the sword. He did say that gun deaths were an acceptable side effect of gun rights.
Oh, the cackling
The
really
laugh,
sold it.
the cackle.
Oh, you fucking future Karen. Future Karen currently. Oh my God, if Karen
like
was
my
a gender,
dad,
we'd be looking.
my dad was telling me, he was like, there are people who's like, yo, I'm glad he's dead. He's like, so, when they call me, I'm gonna retort back to them and be like, yeah, well, fucking what if I was glad you were dead? And I was like, listen, hold up for 1 second though. Check this out. You're making it personal by wishing your friend was dead, right? They were saying that they're glad someone that you watch, they weren't glad you died. You didn't die. But they were, so don't take it personal and flip it on them in a way where you'd be like, well, what if there was somebody else online who was glad someone in your family died? Don't go right to them dying and say, well, I'm glad you're dead. No, but try to make it, just do your best to not make it emotional and try to relate to them in a better way than just, because they didn't wish you dead. They did not wish that you passed away. They were
they're just cackling at the fact that one of our voices,
right.
Regardless that, I share the disagreements that you have with Charlie Kirk, but I really admired the way he would just very boldly go and just say what he would say to damn near everybody, like open season, have it out, hash it out. And he represented a very important part of the American discourse and conversation. We just watched the shutting of a very important door being closed in the very tragic death of Charlie Kirk. And I hope all these liberals doing what they're doing feel some level of shame and fear at the very least. I hear you're pleading for some civility here. I am feeling a little bit of the fatigue of being expected to be the civil one when it's them doing a lot of the killing at this point.
We still don't know, right? We still don't know.
No, we don't.
So,
and he is not in custody. By the way, I see some drama in the chat, and I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. It unfortunately cannot be derailed. No idea who some of the people are. Y'all got some issues with each other. That's part of life. Right now, we're on the grander issue at hand here.
Yeah. Maybe that's for the next show, who knows?
Yeah.
But not for this show. We'll get there. We'll get there. One thing at a time.
I promise for sure. And there's probably some words not for this particular show, but have on the future one regarding the last show we had.
That's fine. That's fine.
We haven't even had a conversation.
I know.
And just the timing sucks. Yes, I got to take full accountability. I went
Me too.
Not as a result of anything that happened here, just my own personal life. Shit went down, and I just decided to go excommunicado or some shit and just get off of social media, which was proved to be healthy.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? I mean, dude, listen, I can't. How dare you do that? It is what it is. Like, I've known you for X amount of time now. That if these events happen, I'm like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't take it personal. I just wait for your response. I know that after a few texts, one of them is gonna get through and be like, "Oh, what's up, bro?" Like, and you'll come back. So it is what it is. Like, don't
Thank
fret.
you for knowing me and understanding like how it all works.
Well,
and,
again, I've seen you do it. So I'm like, now I'm one of those guys where he's like, I got to call you. I'm so sorry. We got to catch up. Like I'm on that side now, like I get it.
Well, just, shit, this will be outside of baseball talk later, but I will say we might be, depending on your schedule, having an in-studio session sooner than later.
Sweet. I always look forward to those. Those are always fun.
Yes. Yeah. It's been a very long time. It would be very nice to do that again. Anybody that's, I can't make this any clearer. Anybody with a difference of opinion of anything that we've expressed, that number is still there. We will not cower. We accept, trolling is a part of the internet as well. Like, there is no control. You have to embrace the lack of control in life. And regarding this, like, I have respect for people that are maybe a detractor, a hater, that is willing to at least show up and express something, especially regarding the topic at hand. and just say what you have to say. If you just disagree with us or find us deplorable or not in the middle enough, by all means. Or if you have something you want to add to the conversation, by all means, give us a call. I can give you a personal vow that I speak for both Josh and I. We will never close the realm to free speech on this channel.
Hell
ever.
no. Hell no. We've had some people that say some mean things about us. We're like, all right, keep on going. You know, we had some cool songs people sung about us. We're like, all right, keep on going. You know, like it's all in fun.
Yeah, by all means. Yeah, no, we're
topic.
here for it, and please never get it twisted. If you see Stuck in the Middle hasn't been live for a little bit, you can be damn sure it's old Progressive Patriot that took a little hiatus. Josh is always ready. Okay.
I'm like, where we going?
That aside,
where we going? What's going on? Where we at? Where we at? Where we at, Ball? Let me get him, Ball. Let me get him, Ball. Let me get him. Let me go after him. You know.
Would this be a poor time to give you a little update on that other element of the show and like what the fuck's going on there? Or
I mean,
I
think it's a perfect time. I think it's a perfect time because I mean, at the very least, as far as if we have nobody else calling in, as far as Charlie Kirk, right? As far as their opinions on that, do you have any closing statements you'd like to get on that? Because I feel like we've kind of gotten them, but if we want to have a nice little bow on it, maybe we do that now.
I think everything we've expressed therein within the confines of the time here, we did already put that bow in without saying it in the process. So I'll stand by everything I have said during this live. The invitation to disagree via public discourse, something Charlie Kirk was a champion for, is always open on this show. It will never be shut down, and I hope you can respect and understand the danger of shutting such a thing down, because you leave only one action left as that discourse, and it is violence. Then more violence.
I want to ask anybody out there, and maybe this is a conversation to begin a new phone call, you tell us, but is this the end of debates? I mean, this is one of the champions of this open style debate format where, it wasn't pre-planned. Random people would go up and talk to this guy. Maybe they have to do it inside now, but I mean, it's really going to put a sour taste in the mouths of people who want to do content like this. And it doesn't work out for us. It doesn't end well for us when you stifle open dialogue, when you literally kill open dialogue. I don't think it ever goes the way the person who made that shot wanted it to go, which still doesn't make sense right now as to why this happened. So,
well, okay. Now, at the very least, you've sparked a thought that I've already flirted with here on the live stream, but I am getting more and more personally reaffirmed. Let's call it my own confirmation bias, my own conspiracy brain. I'm starting more and more that the fact that they do not have somebody in custody, and from an image that I need to make sure was legit in the first place, because apparently there's a picture or two of like the shooter allegedly, possibly, whatever.
Yo, he looks like Bernie Sanders. He looks like Larry David. You see that guy, the old bald white guy? You see that or no? What?
No. What are you talking about?
Okay, hang on. I'll pull it up. Go ahead. I'll keep going. I'll pull up the first suspect they thought it was.
Okay. Wow. I didn't even know they had a suspect. I was just going to go on about how my conspiracy brain is almost getting too damn convinced, and that's why I'm desperate for any counter conversation that this was more of an organized thing than maybe some reckless, crazy anything. Your trans shooter or your, libs of TikTok style moron. I just feel I don't want to call it gut. Maybe it's just my brain or my distrust in everything, but I do think this was kind of organized to some degree to where I can make no ties or claims.
I mean, it was a far away shot. Like when you see the far
520 feet.
500. It almost feels further than that, but I'm no expert on that. But yeah, so like initially, this is who they thought the man believed to have shot Charlie Kirk was. And this was, granted, it was posted.
Bernie?
It looks like him. It was posted by Clown World, but it's not Bernie. It looks like Larry David, but it's some older white guy, you know, and like, of course, it's gonna fill in like, oh, look, it was a like, what does it matter if it's a white girl? Left people can be white guys too, you know. Like
they can be the worst ones.
Yeah, who cares? I never understood why it matters what color he was. Like, political affiliation and the motive matters more than what he looks like. No.
Well, I mean, we know why it matters to the people that do what they do.
Right. True. Touche.
Right. But I mean, I guess to appeal to our own humanity, I would hope our first thoughts are first a focus on the tragedy and some mourning before the damn knee jerk to condemnation and, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Condemnation.
Condemnation.
I shouldn't space condemnation.
Yeah. Don't say condemnation because that sounds like you're like, yo,
like
what's up, bro? Us bros in the condemnation.
Yeah, condemnation.
Like, yo, we always strap up. You know, you're part of condemnation. You know what I mean?
Okay. Oddly enough, you saying strap up has given me a good question.
Uh-oh.
Do you think this has made a case for perhaps even more presence of firearms in these spaces? Do you think that raises a risk level or deters the possible risk? I mean, if it's an organized job, I don't think you'll ever have a true deterrent.
Right.
But I mean, on the off, I don't know. Like, what do you think?
Yeah. At this point, I'm almost conflicted as to whose role the security should be. Maybe it should be 50-50. Charlie Kirk's team puts out half the bill, the school puts out half the bill, end the story. So, like, the idea that if the Utah school couldn't fork over the bill for, you know, metal detectors, I'm not sure why they didn't have them, but there should be something there in the way of protection as far as, all right, well, if you guys can't supply this, but we're going to host you at our school, let's come to a common ground and see what we can share costs together to make sure everything goes good here. You know?
Yeah. If anything, I hope this is not the end of
debates?
People like Charlie Kirk, literally debates, literally our title, you know, just flaunting that it's a great possibility.
Bro, the next Jubilee gonna be wild, dude. Everybody's gonna be on the edge, you know, surrounded with guns. What the fuck, you know? Next Jubilee's gonna be fucking pimping.
Now that you mention that, maybe this is an appropriate moment that I read. A buddy of mine who I knew for many years, we were both DJs from way back when.
Please.
All right. Basically, my old friend drew the line in the sand after this. And one of the most Christian people I know in real life, he's literally a preacher, spilled the most like anger out of sorrow I've seen, to the point where he said, "Damn all of you libs. Like, I've never seen my holy friend this angry." But,
we got a call.
Okay, we got a call.
Let's see who we got. Who we got on the horn? Oh, I think it's Snaggy again.
No repeats.
Snaggy, we gotta. We can give you 30 seconds, brother, man, and then we gotta let you go. We're trying not to do repeats. That's all. I'm sorry, man.
No, I just have another point. I'll give you 30 seconds.
After you, sir.
You there?
Yep. We appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. Less backpacks would be a nice start, and the fact that people were able to congregate on adjacent buildings that weren't even part of the reported original crowd. This was a logistic security nightmare from day one.
I mean, it's the same thing that they let people on, like during the Trump first assassination. There was some dude on the roof, and the security, like, wasn't the guy on the roof of where the Secret Service was stationed at, or something like that? Like, and they didn't even know he was on their own fucking roof. Like, what?
Practically right above him. I recall the photo.
You even got people going live and saying there's a guy on the roof. He has a gun, and they're yelling at cops. And nobody's doing anything about it.
Nobody said a word.
But what I'm saying is, Charlie Kirk brought a huge crowd, and it was so big that it overflowed into adjacent buildings and even rooftops of other buildings. That is a logistical nightmare for security. And the fact that it was allowed to happen, I don't want to blame Charlie Kirk's people for it, but there should have been some sort of crowd disbursement, and there should have been tickets. Like it shouldn't have just been like, hey, if you're within earshot and you're 200 yards away on a building and can take fire and still hear me, that should never have happened.
Yeah. In summary, preventable. It seems very preventable. Like it's like, and maybe only in hindsight. I'm not going to speak like as if
Shouldn't have been open air. Should have been inside.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I think
when people were on rooftops and they're gathering, maybe Charlie Kirk thought, "Hey, man, I'm killing it."
Right.
But he got killed.
Yeah.
And that naivete should not have been a death sentence, but you cannot ignore the logistical, consensus,
It's
especially
a security nightmare, man.
For sure. So in the future, I hope there's more Charlie Kirks, not in this way, but in way of the courage and the conviction
indoors, and I hope they
security.
Seek tickets. I hope they seek tickets, and I hope they seek indoors. Is what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Well, Snaggy, thank you. I do always appreciate your insight. I really appreciated the, reminding everybody that, we are saturated from birth in blood, and that to be shocked is maybe a naivete of our own, and it should be expected. But I hope that doesn't chill us enough to not want to do better.
If people want to take these political stances, that they realize the world they're living in, and just because it's a big crowd doesn't mean you're killing it. Like maybe you need to.
That you're attracting attention. That's a little vile.
You need to limit this. You need to monetize it. You need to do what Steven Crowder did. You need to do indoor events and charge tickets.
All right. Well, I dude, really appreciate you coming up, man. We're gonna probably close out soon.
Yeah, no doubt. That was a little over 30 seconds. My bad.
No, you're good, man. You're good, man. We appreciate
the discourse, brother.
Y'all be good.
Take care.
Thanks, Nick.
Good night.
Indy in the chat, she says he looked like he had a chest plate on under his shirt. That's interesting.
I wonder,
and which kind of makes sense, right? So like even more so to the point that whoever was making the shot, maybe one had to know that information, and two, they were going for quote kill shot, neck and head.
Yeah, I would ask, since Indy is one of the people established enough with us that I respect everybody's opinion, but especially somebody I know like you, Indy. Do you think there's any credence to the theory I proposed that this was, in fact, organized, or am I speculating way too early? From what I have seen, and from my understanding, it was a shot perhaps from at least 520 feet, perhaps more, and I am convinced that this was more professional than just some off-kilter anything or anyone. It was just too good of a shot.
At the very least,
sorry, go ahead, brother.
No, I was trying to tag. At the very least, you have to have some skill to make that long of a shot. Like I've taken a few shots. I think it's like 100-yard shot, whatever that is, or maybe a 50-yard shot. Hard as fuck. Like that little target is like that small away. Now imagine, double that or triple that, and that target's even smaller, and you have a bunch of, quote unquote, innocent people in the way. It's just like, obviously someone is crazy. Maybe they don't care about people like that. Action says it was 200 yards away. So that's about what, 3 feet. That's 600 feet. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much what you're saying. Close to 580, 600 fucking feet away. Like that takes a little bit of skill. That takes a little bit of skill.
So did we just get confirmation that it was 500 or that it was less?
Well, at least somebody in the chat Action says 200 yards away, so maybe he has a little more info than we do. But
okay, I'm just going off of the map that I saw from the mainstream media. But let me see.
But it is,
How far away was the shot that took Charlie Kirk's life?
520 to 680. I mean, you're talking about an 80-foot difference. You're in the realm of that distance. It's not that far.
Yeah, no,
off.
I mean, it's right. Let me see. But this is just an element of curiosity that I do need satiated for my conspiracy brain.
Yeah, Indy
But,
also
I mean,
says TCB, Indy, everyone's saying yes, 200 yards, 200 yards, 200 yards. The
What's
other
up,
star
TCB?
says
Good to
it would
see you,
be
brother.
very wild if it didn't have some aspect of organizations. When you run into numerous coincidences, you start to piece it together. Snaggy also says 200 yards. So a lot of people are saying about 200 yards.
Thank you for the correction. I was only going by off of the map that I saw on the TV without hearing any audio, so appreciate that. But I still do believe, as I think others have echoed, that this was more professional than it was more of an unhinged solo individual. But I have no evidence to report to support my theory.
It's speculation because we don't
Yeah.
what if he was shooting, what if he was aiming for his head and got the neck? He didn't hit his target, quote unquote. He still got the job done. You know what I mean? Like, so we don't know, what the fuck was it a lucky shot? Was it not? Obviously it was a lucky shot. I want to say it like that, but just the idea of if it was somebody who was experienced, then yes, he had experience. But if it was someone who was like a Joe Schmo, then that's what I more so mean about like a lucky shot. Like, he was like, I don't know.
No.
It's
Precise.
It's just sad either way, tragic either way. It's a bummer either way.
And this is a naive question. There's probably no purpose to even asking it. But I guess for the sake of the decency, I wish there still was. So I'm already showing my nihilism here. It's an obvious answer. I was gonna ask, do you think social media has it all played a part in the fucking? You know what? Shut up, progressive patriot. Obviously, because I just don't remember pre-social media every day. People being so quick to celebrate anybody's death. Charlie Kirk was just reported shot, and the liberals were already doing their celebrations or justifications, or doing whatever they can. Clearly, this echo chamber existence has played into the divide, and if this was in fact an organized thing, I think that is the goal, to shut off our willingness to have verbal discourse, and to get us to that boiling point where ultimately more control is necessary.
Snaggy says anyone with minimal military training can be accurate at 200 yards. So he's saying like anyone with a decent amount of training can pull off a shot like that. So in my guesstimation of his chat, he's not really saying like it's a Joe Schmo. Like they have to have some type of training to be able to pull off a shot at that distance. So and here we go. Probably kind of right is play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So sad that he wanted this for other people to be shot. Well,
yeah, I was just, go ahead. You
call in, probably all right.
Yes.
Let us know how
probably
you feel.
All right. We respect your anonymity. The phone number is there. We would love to hear your side, because clearly you're on this side without me making it clear I'm generalizing. That is just okay that this man lost his life in the way he did.
Because we don't really think he was playing a stupid game and he won a stupid prize. We think the person who maybe made the shot was stupid. That's it. You know what I mean? Like that's where
anybody who looks at a tragedy and says otherwise is perhaps equally stupid, but perhaps I am less enlightened. And, Charlie Kirk, being the champion of discourse that he was, exercising our First Amendment, and now the side of, I'm going to assume yours, unless you can clarify for me.
Well, look what he said, or she said. I'm on the side of logic and facts. So present something. Listen, we're not going to laugh at you. Present some of our facts. We're just saying killing somebody's wrong. But it seems like you think that what they say can be justified for their death sentence. So, I mean, please make a more logical argument and we will hear you. Probably kind of right. Says school shootings for years. People been crying about and you guys and Charlie said it's fine. Nobody has once said school shootings were fine. I don't know if this guy's a troll or not. So maybe you're just
I
reading
haven't
fake
had
news.
any lack of outrage for any time there's a tragedy.
What's up, Steve?
Sorry.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off. Steve. What's up, Steve? Sorry. I'm sorry.
The lack of consistency I've seen from what I am going to assume probably you're right, troll or not troll, male, female, alphabet people, person. Please give me a good what for and present your logical side of facts and or fiction. But I just don't understand. You're making the baseless claim and assumption, because I've never seen your name, that we have not showed outrage during these tragedies prior to this. We have maintained that anytime there's a senseless loss of life, and right now it is people like you that I am seeing being the only side that are taking this vile take of, you know what, he had it coming. Why? Because he exercised his First Amendment.
He says thoughts and prayers to us. He's sending his thoughts and prayers to people.
Yeah.
I'm males, jacked, 6'2", 195 pounds, solid bench press. I don't believe any of that, actually, for a moment.
Now they're definitely leaning into the troll comment to, I guess, it's an effective deflection from getting to anything of value, merit, or source.
He's saying when people call for gun control, clowns say no gun control.
Yeah, no, I'm shit. Why not? I mean,
why is he stupid?
Via
I don't understand why people are
provocation,
stupid.
I'm tempted to be like, yeah, no, you're right, more guns, you but I don't know if that's how I truly feel. So
yeah, I mean, there's a point where
level.
like. That's why I was trying to say before, too, like, as far as Charlie Kirk said, like, he wouldn't sit here and be like, yo, I'm for senseless killings. Like, he was never about mass shootings or school shootings. He was saying that, having freedoms come with an unfortunate side effect, which a lot of people have pointed out, this could have been one of those side effects. Whether it's right or wrong to bring that up in the moment is a different kind of topic altogether, man. So, I mean, that's kind of what we're talking about here. We're not
look the fact that it is not willing to simply call in, that speaks volumes, and we see you, or I should say we hear you. Thanks for your thoughts and prayers, buddy. Clearly that was done in a mocking way, because I think I believe that's the left's take on what we offer up during tragedy.
Yeah, thoughts and
I think
prayers.
it's a better look than justifying it.
It's definitely better than saying like, "Oh, I'm glad he FAFO." I'll take thoughts and prayers. Like, all right, that's fine. I'll take thoughts and prayers. But
yeah, I mean, regardless, at the very least, it's more humanizing. And what I'm seeing from the left, or people like who we just dealt with, a fall from the human way, and it's a sad thing to observe. Like they're here thinking they're doing a greater good kind of service by saying. These people that are daring to use the First Amendment are somehow asking for it. You're literally you're creating martyrs, and you're just making it more clear to the other side of what a danger you all are.
And what you can never rationalize to them is like, okay, you have your opinions, right? Cool. Imagine if you got shot for your opinions. Like, you can never really rationalize it in a way to them where they understand that, like, oh, well, no, I don't want to die for my beliefs, but because I don't like his beliefs, he deserved it. My beliefs correct, his beliefs incorrect. Like, that's this whole vibe of politics. And I correct me if I'm wrong, but I do feel this weird correlation with politics and religion and the left, and maybe not having a religion or being too religious to where now they take their politics and they turn it into a religion. It is their identity. So like now they're willing to die for their identity, as a lot of people who the left say are religious zealots and do what they do. Now the left will die for their beliefs that they essentially are turning into their own leftist religion.
They were so blind during this. I think this is a great point you brought up. They were so blind during their own time of screaming zealotry, that they themselves became the zealots during their plea to, just continue to point the finger and rage. Now they have become what they have always truly hated or pretended to hate, and now they have embodied hatred. And that's what we see with every stupid post, no matter how you're trying to say how he had it coming. I've seen every which way posts from 2023 or quotes. You're using something to try to justify a man's murder, a father, a son. If you could just
it's the opposite, dude. They're using a man's murder to justify their beliefs. They're saying, look, I'm right, he was wrong, that's why he died. That's what they're doing.
And because that's the way they're using the narrative, is the exact for the feeding of their own ego, and just to be able to have another gotcha, which is very low hanging fruit, very sad. If that's the substance of your conviction, is just to be able to say gotcha to the other side, it has become their religion. I don't think I could have put it better myself. I didn't even think of it that way.
Yeah.
You help me balance things out a little bit, because I never really knew what to say when the left will make the conflation. The right is full of religious folks, and they can't separate the two, which is ironic now, because with a complete confusion of identity on the left side, they have literally made this their identity, so they're willing to fall on the sword for it at this point. And maybe, I hope not, I hope to God not, maybe one day that theory will have to be tested. I don't want to see that day.
Damn, dude. Wayne P. fucking douche in the chat. What's up, Wayne? He said at least his family had ringside seats for the big event. Man, Wayne, tell us how you really feel, bro.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I mean, by all means, you could call in with the same energy and humor. You know, we're good sports.
Yeah.
You know,
the phone number's there.
It is there. We appreciate the feedback, no matter how vile I may think it is. Free speech is free speech, man. We're not hiding from that fact. Literally a phone number there.
Probably kind of all right. Says thoughts and praise. He kind of messed up prayers. He said thoughts and praise. So, I mean, that's kind of, I mean, the best way to redo that would be to call in, probably, because right now it's kind of stupid what you said, thoughts and praise, but it's fine. And Wayne is now laughing out loud.
Dude, we're getting pwned here by.
I know,
by
he's so good. He's so good. If this was a trans person, you guys would be rock hard right now. You have no idea how it would be. That's the problem. You're not talking to us. You're just talking to us via your text, and you're arguing with somebody who's made up in your head as opposed to asking us questions. So unfortunately, I would love to, you got me, but like you don't, because you really don't know what you're talking about. So
yeah, and to clarify for any other new names, because these are new names. These two, because the other one is back. These two people have literally come into this show never seeing us before and making every assumption they possibly can. I would not be celebrating anyone's death, as long as they themselves weren't a complete criminal, to some degree.
Most of the people who celebrate deaths like this, Eli, maybe you agree with me or not, like they have their own kind of
agenda.
Not even agenda, but they have their own inner turmoil that they're going through, where they're just like, you know what I mean? Like they don't feel good about themselves. So it's like this weird, like toxic energy that like, oh, well, somebody else, I feel better now about myself, even though I don't like myself, but I feel better now because somebody else I don't like is no longer here. So now I feel, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like there's no any logic to it. It's just like, it's just weird, like mental illness going on.
Right. What a sad existence. I think that must be. I feel nothing but pity for the two individuals that believe they're slaying, but lacking the conviction, while we have an open number, an open line where you can literally just share your thoughts and pwn us for all to see. Take this show into your very hands. Make us look like fools.
It could be your show, Wayne. Wayne says, I heard the kids enjoyed the show, meaning they enjoyed what they saw. Call in, Wayne. We'll talk to you, bro. You're making it a little more different than it is. So 954-546-3455. If you want to call in, we got a bunch of people hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate you. We don't got much longer left. So if you want to get your word out there on the Stuck in the Middle show, please do. Please do. We don't got much time left. So we appreciate you hanging out. Wayne, and who else? The other person again? We got Wayne. Oh yeah, and probably kind of all right. You guys are awesome with your crazy lefty views. Whoa, man.
And I don't want any false takes. The fact that we are addressing it is that and nothing more. If anything, we're just trying to literally at least provoke more discussion, conversation, because things, when you're behind a keyboard, it's less human. And we just try to bring it to a more human level to champion, especially today on a day where we lost the champion of free speech, to just exercise some level of civility. But we get to see the real maturity when that time is available.
What's crazy is you can't, I lost my train of thought. What'd you just say? you just said something about seeing something.
They're showing their maturity when they're presented with the literal ability to utilize a platform and have a discussion with anything they disagree with, and just keep on the level of nothing more than internet sleuthing or trolling, instead of advocating for the actual discussion. To articulate some literal points of some kind. So there's nothing of substance to be expected from individuals like that.
No, you're right. And Indy furthers your point. She says, Wayne's a keyboard warrior troll pussy. He ain't calling in. Thank you, Indy. Appreciate that. And a lot of people have the same sentiment. Wayne will not call in, and Wayne also reiterates the same. He says, never. So there you go. Yeah, that's Wayne
Krupp
for you, folks.
That's a good man right there. What up, Krupp? Good to have you here.
Krupp,
what up, Actions?
Krupp. Yeah, appreciate y'all coming in and hanging out with us tonight. No hate, all love.
Yeah. Hey, lefties, remember that whole thing that y'all used to claim, the party of love, the embodiment of inclusivity and all that? Well, y'all right now are having a PR nightmare because the look is awful and you guys are owning it. And there's far too many examples of seeing all of you make yourselves look like fools and giving, if anything, ammunition to your enemies. We should be at least just exchanging words, but you're pushing people to the point of, where words are not going to be what is utilized. And that's something I don't want. Please don't infer from my inflection that I want anything more than that. I just fear that we're losing that. We got
a few new people. We got I don't know how to say this one. It looks like Clem. I don't know. It says, I feel it was a group that go to that school, which could explain the X post from trans guy predicting the shooting and why no one reported the guy on the rooftop. So there's one guy. James says what happened to Charlie was disgusting. His children should remember their father died defending principles and freedom. We will always remember him. So sad. TZ says, what's up, TZ? Good to see you. He says he's been stealth watching us for a hot minute now. He said, glad the band's back together.
Yeah, man. I remember him from way back, so it's just always heartwarming whenever I see that, that at the very least we were able to create people that look forward to seeing us when we're here. And yes, we are here. TZ, it's amazing to see you, my old friend.
Damn, check this. We got somebody else. New person says, what happened today was a fucking tragedy for anyone who saw it. I'm a liberal who didn't always agree with Charlie Kirk, but I did believe he had the right to have his opinions.
That I can't tell you enough, sir, how necessary that was for this particular stream. Thank you.
Yeah.
For being one of the sane ones, because some of the examples, all the examples we had today of the other side have been deplorable. So thank you for showing that there is humanity out there.
Well said,
it means a lot, specifically to me right now.
Wayne, you suck. You can be a loudmouth in the chat, but you're boring. Call in, but you won't because you're boring. So that's fine. I think we're going to get out of here at this point now. BMF says, good night, progressive, and dude, I don't know. Thank you, BMF. We appreciate you. Appreciate you so much. But
good old third eye.
This one's for Wayne.
Boring.
Wayne.
Boring.
All right. This is what Wayne does when he hears himself talking. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. No,
he's like, yeah.
Literally. Like when he's typing before it even comes out somehow ill. That's what I'm hearing.
But we tell him.
Do not
I
read it. Do not come.
Don't do it, Wayne.
Wayne, don't. Yeah. Take it easy, son.
Don't
take it easy.
Yeah. Whoa.
Don't get overly excited.
Slow your roll, bud. Slow your roll. James, real quick, he says, I was absolutely shocked when I saw it. This was a human being and a father and a husband. Yes, exactly.
See, not radical to just look at things from a human level before you go and fucking polarize it for your little echo chamber. So thank you again, just for a dose of humanity when it's sorely needed in an age of over digitalization and saturation of just being behind a keyboard and forgetting how to people. Thank you, one and all.
It's hard to people sometimes, but I swear sometimes you come to stuck in the middle, and we'll help you how to people every now and again. We'll help you how to go have a little back and forth. Not everyone gets along with us, but we try to we do
our best, and that's all we can do. And that's what Charlie Kirk was trying to do when he was tragically taken, no matter how much people want to weaponize it.
In a very stupid way, in front of his family, having an open dialogue, allowing other people he did not agree with necessarily to come up and have this debate with him. He was then silenced for that type of approach, which honestly, I know Snaggy said political violence has been a thing in America, but in the same respect, yes, he's correct, but it's also like, it's always also a bummer to see someone go out like that. You know,
Always.
I understand it's an America thing, and I agree with that sentiment, but you know, to see someone, I don't want to call him innocent, but I mean, he is innocent. He's just talking. He was just having a word. He was having an opinion, and some crazy person says, you know what? You can't have an opinion anymore. And they take him out.
Exactly. Nobody can convince me otherwise, or that his words were so dangerous that you think this was somehow his just desserts. If anything, I'd say go find Jesus, or just take a bath. I don't know. But
his words were not a death sentence. His words are not a
free
death
speech and civil discourse and or debate or opinions should never be a death sentence. And right now, that's the look that a lot of the left is owning, with the exception of some that are still out there giving me some personal hope. Thank you, one and all.
We appreciate
That's it for the show tonight.
That's it. That's stuck. We did the thing. We'll be back sometime next week. We're not sure what day, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, and we appreciate you tuning in while we figure it out. We love you.
Yeah. Peace out, y'all.
Eli,
Good
take
night.
us out. We'll see y'all later.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Go away.
Okay, bye. Hang on. Oh, wait. Okay, hang on. Wait, fuck. Okay, bye.